Hey everybody, get on in here. It's a rough start to our morning today. I woke up at 4:15 in the morning and looked over to the clock that's across our room, and it wasn't on. It was not on. And I could hear the generator humming out our back wall of our bedroom, because it's sort of right beside the house. And we had no power, and it was in the low 20s. So we had to snuggle in, pull up an extra blanket. I went and looked at my phone to see if I'd had a notification from Duke Power, and sure enough, there was one. Said our power went out at 4:06 a.m. And we just went back to bed. What else are you going to do? You can't fix it. The generator was going, but you don't have any hot water. Well, you have hot water, what's in the tank, but not really enough to take a shower. So Robert didn't take a shower this morning, but the power came back on about 10:30. So we're good. We're good. But the house is still cold, so it's trying to recover. We got a big fire roaring in the fireplace. And all the dishes in the dishwasher were clean. I didn't have any laundry that couldn't wait till tomorrow. So there we have it. My routine saved me again. Once again. Say prayers for Liz and her family. The stomach bug has arrived. And there is no good time for a stomach virus to hit your house. It just isn't a good time. So yesterday she spent all day cleaning up and doing things, because Mikey had to be home from school because he had the stomach bug. And then she's praying that baby girl doesn't get it. And it is just, it's tough. You know, when everybody gets a stomach bug, that's when you're thankful for garbage bags. Garbage bags. Yep, garbage bags. You put garbage bags in garbage cans, and you pay the kids $1 to hit the can. Yep, pay them $1. And they'll start to recognize, if they've never been sick at their stomach, they don't really know what that feeling is. But once you realize it, just like when I realize I'm getting ready to faint, everything starts closing in on me. And you know what I do? I get down on the floor, because you can't fall lower than the floor. So I just lay down on the floor. And sometimes a cold floor is just what you need. Just what you need. So I don't do well with being sick at my stomach. It's tough. It's been a long time since. Sometimes I get a little nauseated when I get a bad cough in the middle of the night, and I think it's like a gag reflex. But I've been good for a long time. No stomach bugs here. Now, you got to deal with everything as it happens. If sheets get messed up, they need to go right in the washing machine. I've got something in my eye. I don't know what it is. Probably a hair. My hair's all weird. So staying on top of it. And if you need to sleep in the bathtub, just curl up in the bathtub with a beach towel. You know, I've got this essay I've written called A Day at the Beach. And it's all about pulling out your beach bag and the pail and bucket from the beach trip and a blow-up mattress for the tub. And there you have it. You've got ready-made. And I've got a bunch of puppy pads that I didn't like that I can use in the event that I need to put them beside the bed, on the floor, or in my lay on them in my bed. So if I get that kind of sick, but I don't get that kind of sick. But little kids, they can get sick just like that. Projectile vomiting and the main thing you got to keep focused on is keeping those babies hydrated. Even if they throw it up, you need to keep putting the water down them. Just keep putting the water down them. And how to tell if a person is getting hydrated is you pinch the skin on the top of their hand, and if it doesn't bounce back automatically and it stays up, they're dehydrated. So you've got to get some water. It's been 4 years since I had an attack of I got sick on a trip. And I ate something, so it was food poisoning pretty much. And when food poison hits, you know it. There's nothing you can do. There is just nothing you can do. And having a ready supply of Pedialyte, a clear Gatorade, no purple stuff, no harsh juices, ginger ale, these things, you can make Pedialyte popsicles for the kids, but you got to get the liquids down them. You got to get and this goes if you're pregnant too, and you got morning sickness. You don't need to get dehydrated, because then dehydration in pregnancy is really hard on the placenta, and so you've got to stay hydrated. So whenever I would feel myself, and this is 45 years ago, whenever I feel myself getting sick, I would drink a glass of cold water with 1 ice cube in it. And then when you start to get sick, you're throwing up the cool water, which keeps your throat from getting all raw. And the cool water coming up is much better than hot stomach juices, burning your throat and your sinuses. So try to get some water down you when you start feeling that sickness coming on, and it will help you a whole lot. And then sometimes I learned this from the camp nurse at the music center. She said a Benadryl or some car sick medication like Bonine or something like that can help ease the nausea. But if it's food poison, it needs to get out of you. It needs to go away. It needs to go away right fast. So folks, say prayers for people who are suffering with stomach viruses. And there's an outbreak of measles in a county in Washington State because people aren't getting their children vaccinated. I think that's just a crying shame. Science has given us these wonderful vaccines. Now, I personally don't recommend getting more than one vaccine at a time, those multiple vaccines, but getting the vaccines and getting them done and protecting your children from horrible diseases. I remember when I was in the 4th grade, somebody moved next door to my grandmother, and it's in what we called the basement. It was the bottom level of a house my mother and daddy started before they got a divorce. And this kid got the measles and died. As Granny said, they went in on him, and I don't know what that means. But the child died, and he was my age. I think it was the first person I ever realized that, because we used to play together. So it's just these horrible diseases, childhood diseases. When Emily was pregnant with Ethan, she got fifth disease. She taught kindergarten, so she caught everything. And she had never... We didn't have fifth disease in Western Tennessee where we all grew up. Justin didn't have it. Emily didn't. They both got it. And Emily was pregnant with Ethan, and people who when they're 20s and get fifth disease, they aren't expected to keep the baby. The baby just self-aborts. And we had to pray long and hard, and Ethan survived. So I was just really happy that we had a baby boy later on that year. So, folks, deal with the vaccines. Get them done and take care of your family. Take care of your family, because there's nothing worse than suffering with something that you could have prevented with a vaccine. Don't get started with me about vaccines, because it is important. I mean, I get a flu shot. My sister doesn't get a flu shot, but I get a flu shot. And flu has killed a lot of people this year. It does every year. And we just need to be careful. The people who don't get vaccines for their children, they live in an area where people do get vaccines. So nobody gets it. But when it gets to that tipping point of fewer than 80% being vaccinated, that's when you're in trouble. That is when you get in trouble. You be thankful other people got vaccines. So, folks, I wish there was a vaccine for the stomach bug. But there is washing your hands quite often, especially when you get out in public. I am a germphobe, I'll be honest with you. I don't touch doors. I don't touch salt shakers. I don't touch anything. You know, I'm real careful with things. I keep hand sanitizer with me, and then as soon as I get home, I wash my hands really well. So get in the habit of coming in the house immediately and washing your hands. Or when you go through the grocery store, wipe down the handles of the cart, especially if you're going to put your baby in the cart, because they're going to be gnawing on it, and I just can't even go there. So please take care of yourself. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Now, let me give you a few announcements. A week from today is February 1st. February 1st. And our habit of the month in February is decluttering. So we are going to declutter like crazy. Because as you get the clutter out of your house, your routines become easier to do. It's just that simple. Your routines become easier to do with less clutter in your house. My friend Eric Dodge, he has decluttered this past year. He spent the whole year getting rid of half of his stuff. I mean, he's even pared down his memorabilia. He's taken pictures of it with his phone, and he's gotten rid of the things that took up a lot of space in his life. And that's a good thing to do. I may do that. I've taken a lot of pictures of my memorabilia. But, so, please, 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 think about getting rid of stuff. This week, we're in Zone 4. This is the last day in Zone 4. We're cleaning out our closets. We're, cleaning up the nightstand beside our bed that gets piled up with stuff. All of this is just it just weighs heavy on you. So please, let's start to declutter. Next week we're in Zone 5. That's our living room. And then the last Zone 1 starts on Friday, and that's going to be our entrance, our dining room, and our front porch. So let's declutter. Let's get focused and declutter as much as possible. And you can do this. And I want to apologize for sending out the flight plan that was all wrong. Thank you so much for everybody sending an email saying this was Thursday's flight plan. Well, I copied and pasted everything into the flight plan that was supposed to be there, but we were having problems with Constant Contact yesterday, and it didn't save. So when I hit schedule, it didn't save it, and there you got the old one. So it was just a crazy day yesterday. So everybody, let's have a good day. Let's get some stuff done. And it's the weekend. So today, on Friday, what do? You clean out your car. You clean out your purse. We got to start getting our stuff ready for our income taxes, because you're going to be getting your W-2 forms any day now. if you hadn't already got them. And let's make it easy on ourselves. Gather up all those receipts and stuff that you need to have for your income taxes, and just focus on that for each Friday for the next month, and you'll have it all ready to go. If you file a long form, which most people don't do anymore. I'm lost about zones, and I'm behind. You're never behind. You jump in right where we are. Each day we send out a mission in the flight plan that's for that zone. And you can mark it on your calendar, just plain and simple. I will pull out the calendar for February, and I have it right here. So zone 1 is right here, zone 1. Zone 1 will go from Friday to Saturday. And then zone 2 is this whole line right here. This is zone 2. That's the kitchen. Zone 3 is the main bathroom and another room we picked, just some other room. Zone 4 is this whole month. So look at the calendar and you can see whole week. You can see where it is. And then here we are on zone 5. So it's quite simple. And if you get the stickers for our calendar, then you can mark them. And they have an arrow that goes the whole week. So get your calendar. We're getting low on them. I got a inventory update yesterday, and they're going fast. And we have a great sale on our multi-wand, which is $7.97, which is half price. It's regular price. I don't like 15 something. Half price. We have a BOGO on our rubber scrubber, which is a great tool. 101 uses. Click on the rubber scrubber, and you can see a link to all the uses. I keep one of these in my bathtub. I clean the door at the bottom of the door where it gets dirt in it. I clean with this and this. It is a great tool. What is our, dish towels. Hold on a second. Here's our waffle weave dish towel. These have been washed. And the more you wash them, they get all absorbent. I just love them. I can't stand a dish towel that doesn't absorb water. It makes me so angry. I will throw it away. I will just throw it away. These are for 3 of them, and I've got the other one in the kitchen, $5.97 for 3 of them. You can't buy dish towels that are this good anywhere. You just can't. And they don't have any days of the week, which I do think you need the days of the week on them if you don't do anything but write them on with a Sharpie, because having the days of the week reminds you to change it, which having clean dish towels keeps you from spreading germs in your kitchen. And we don't need any more germs. We don't need them. Now, let's see, what else? Oh, the carpet sweeper is $21.95. It's regular, almost $30. So you got a great deal on a carpet sweeper. I love this thing. This thing makes me happy. So everybody, y'all have a good day. Let's get your car cleaned out. It's date night tonight. I don't know what we're going to do. It's really cold out. It's bright, sunshiny though. We might go to Asheville. Who knows? And we're just going to have a great day. Our power's back on, and I am happy. Our power is back on. So everybody, have some fun. Do something fun for tomorrow. What are you going to do fun for tomorrow? You know, if you've got good weather, you might want to get out for a hike, even though it's cold. And we have to thank the Lord. We have to thank the good Lord, because there was a little boy down in Craven County, North Carolina, who has been lost. 3-year-old, that was been lost since Tuesday. And they found him safe yesterday, hung up in some briars in the woods, crying for his mommy. And he was outside playing with some older kids, and he walked away and got lost in this woods and got hung up in some briars. He was about a quarter mile from the house, and we just didn't think he was going to live because it's been so cold, and he was wet and cold and crying for his mommy. So the good Lord protected this baby. And we got the news last night about 10 o'clock that he was found, and we were just celebrating. I told Robert, I said, they found the baby. He said, well, I didn't expect that. But they found him, and we're just so happy. And the mommy and daddy were so happy, and the man who found him, oh, everybody. I mean, 40 counties came together searching for this baby. 40 counties. And it's just, when the weather is so cold, you just have to be careful outside. And don't be walking on any ponds. Do you hear me? Don't walk on any ponds with ice on them. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So everybody, send some thanks up to the good Lord, and let's it's a good thing. I love you all. I will talk to you tomorrow.